what's the difference between a regular soluble plant fertilizer that is for African violets and the liquid fertilizer for growing in Leca? I don't want to massacre this question, and the reason I'm a bit scared of responding to this one is because I'm not sure what the soluble fertilizer for African violets exactly is. The generic answer that I would give, not knowing specifically what you're talking about, is that normally fertilizers that are made for plants that live in soil, which is what I'm assuming the African violet one would be made for, are formulated to work in a soil environment. And when you're growing your plant in soil in nature is actually a living substance, right? You've got bacteria, you've got organisms in there, you've got worms, you've got all sorts of things. There's actually an ecosystem, there's a biome. And all those things that are in the soil actually grab onto that fertilizer that you've put there, and they break it down into little bits that then become available for the plants to take up. So when you've got a nutrient or a fertilizer, it's got all these components in it. And it might be, for example, a calcium. It might be that the calcium that's in that nutrient solution or that fertilizer that's made for soil is not readily available for the plants to take. So once it hits that soil, all those microbes and things that are living in the soil break that down into a form that the plant can actually take in. And that's the difference. Now, when you're growing your plant in semi-hydroponics or in Leca, all you've got is these Leca clay balls. They're clean. And if they're clean, I probably boiled them, right? There's no bacteria, there's no biome in there to break down anything. So if I get that organic fertilizer or fertilizer that's made for a plant in soil, and I put it in that, and I use that for my plant in hydroponics, there's nothing to break it down. So my roots are there, my plant is there, my fertilizer is there, the plant can't absorb the fertilizer, plant starts dying, person starts saying Leca is bad. No, Leca is not bad, you're just not using the appropriate nutrient that the plant can actually use, because that nutrient that's made for hydroponics or for plants in semi-hydroponics has been formulated in such a way that the plant doesn't need to break down anything. The soil doesn't need to break down anything. The plant just goes there and it's just, and it's instant absorption. And that's actually another difference between nutrients or fertilizers that are made for plants in hydroponics versus fertilizers that are made for plants in soil or other things. The nutrients for hydroponics are instantly available. It's like this. Whereas those other nutrients, it's more of a slow release process. And it's slow release because it all needs to be broken down and the plant is grabbing it in little bits. Whereas, if you put that in your plant for, it might be okay for a few weeks because the plant won't immediately tank, but it's definitely not best practice. And if you want to take care of your plants properly, get a nutrient solution or a fertilizer that's specifically formulated for plants that are living in a hydro environment. Okay, I hope that was good. I hope that's what you were looking for.